Hi, I'm Steve Smallshaw with the Lynchburg Government Channel LTV. It was around 7 o'clock on the evening of Sunday, April 15th, when Mother Nature decided to drop in on Lynchburg in a way she hadn't done in a very long time. What authorities now say was an EF3 tornado, packing winds of up to 150 miles per hour, touched down just south of the city limits here on Timberlake Road, and then hopscotched its way north, leaving nothing but debris and devastation in its wake. But as bad as the storm damage was, the response from citizens was just that much better. Neighbors took care of neighbors. Strangers pitched in to help strangers, proving that once again, when things are at their worst, Lynchburg is at its best.
Well, that is a good question, and one that probably has a variety of different answers. Sometimes it could be emergency workers that would bring someone in to help to remove the tree, but a lot of times it is Appalachian Power contract employees. So you could have Appalachian Power workers that arrive on site, make sure that any power lines are de-energized. Once that's then they can bring in a crew such as Asplundh, taking that tree out of the roadway. And that's what with restoration, because a lot of times you do have trees, power lines, so it is going to be an Appalachian Power crew and a tree crew on site, trying to block the road so the tree is blocking the road, be able to bring in additional people to assist.
King Warren, was like they were angels. I thought, oh no, and I saw the blue and white, and I went to EC Glass, so I thought they must be EC Glass kids. So that's a wonderful, wonderful service.
What were you thinking when you saw them come up the sidewalk and turn into your property?
I thought this would never happen. I've never seen them like that happen before. I mean, you know, the Drake show was really bad here, and I didn't see this happening. It's a wonderful statement about the young men and their sense of wanting to help their community. They're all very, look how cheerful they are. Nobody's making them.
Would you have been able to handle all this were it not for them?
Well, I have some tree people coming, but I don't know when they're going to get here. So this is a huge help. Now I can do a little more cleanup myself. So yeah, it's wonderful. Thank you.
We're just trying to help out anywhere we can. We don't need to stay home. We were home from school, so we figured we'd go out in the community and see if we can handle some of this little stuff out here in the yards and things. So.
A couple dozen able-bodied guys. And,
yeah, we got about 30 of them, I think. A couple of them.
Yep.
A little short on chainsaws. If we had a few more chainsaws, we might roll a little faster. But
So where have you been besides here on Peakland?
we were, that's all the place we've been. We started about 11. We met at McDonald's at about 11 this morning, 10:30. Come out here and just started looking.
Basically, just whoever needs your help, you're stopping in and helping out.
Anywhere it needs it, we're here. We're here. We'll be here all day.
So what all have they been doing?
They cleared out their whole backyard pretty much. They're on that tree now, and they did a bunch at that house. I think like that whole pile was theirs. This whole pile is theirs.
How did all this come together then?
I have no idea. We just drove past.
Soccer team came as a group. Lacrosse team came as a group, and they just kind of melded.
Yep.
Yeah, we were way down there. We cleared out 2 trees down there.
So basically just saw a need and said, hey, we got a day off, we can come help out? Or?
Yep.
So you want some?
What you can do is take these pieces, the fence pieces, and we're gonna make a pile for her, okay? We're gonna make a pile. First they gotta do that. Well, it just came out, a couple guys from the football team, EC Glass, just came out to try to help out as much as we could, you know, just want to do our part to help to get the community back together.
John Scott is open. VES is open to local traffic, to the school, and down to Oriskany. We just opened Oriskany. Forest Brook is open. Timberlake, we've got crews out there now hauling debris at the drinking.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm Jason. We're with the city of Lynchburg.
Yeah.
And we're just doing some damage assessment. It looked like you had some damage on the back, and just so we couldn't see. We didn't see.
If you look in the back, all of our trees are gone. This is the third day now for Dominion Tree Service, and they still have a couple more trees that are kind of.
Is it okay if we go around back and
That's
take
fine.
a look and film it? And
Yeah,
stuff?
just check with the guys there. For
Okay,
safety
yeah, we don't
reasons.
want safety. Yeah, we're not going to get any safety trouble.
Yeah, they're just clearing out what the stuff has come down, and they have a couple more trees that need to come down. And
is damage to the house? Did a lot of damage.
It wiped out the back deck, the sunroom. We got leaks on the back side of the house.
Is anybody hurt or anything?
No. We were on the way down to the basement. We got the text.
Oh, great.
And this is, when I looked out the window to decide if we should go down. This is always a river whenever there's rainstorm,
Yeah,
and it was just white out. It was just pouring. Yeah. And then the next thing we hear a crash as my wife was coming down the stairs.
Oh my goodness. It's okay if I can ask you a couple questions, y'all live here, y'all the owners? Or?
Yes, we are.
Okay, you don't rent. You have insurance?
Yes.
Okay. But that's what the fire department comes in when they do their they're the first responders. So when they come in, they do house by house check. Several of the trailers have been knocked off their foundations. A lot of them weren't strapped down, the hurricane straps that we require now, because they were so old that when they were put in, it wasn't required at that time. Of course, the building laws, regulations, all that have changed, so a new one would have to be, but some of these older ones, as you can tell, just weren't strapped, and heavy winds that come right off the foundation. And what they'll have to do is probably get a crane to reset it into place. There's several. I think we had a total in this park of 22 alone that were damaged in some shape or form, or even destroyed. There was at least one that we know of that was completely destroyed, flipped over onto its roof.
Like it had straps.
This one actually had the straps. These right here are the straps, and they go in and anchor them down. Sometimes what happens is over time these do rust out and get frail and break. So it's a good idea to, if you do have an older mobile home, to make sure that your straps are in good condition. They do, like most homes, they require maintenance from time to time. So you just want to make sure that these are in good shape. And even back when we did start requiring them, they were every so many feet. And it looks like this one, you can see they had a couple here that were broken. 1, 2, 3, 4, all were broken.
So they help, but they're not necessarily a guarantee against damage.
They're not. In fact, the ones that they use now are a little bit heavier metal than these. These were sort of the older ones that they originally started using, and they'll help, but really when it comes to a tornado, it doesn't matter if it's a mobile home or a house. It doesn't discriminate.
This was a mess the other day, 2 days ago. You couldn't even, we had to park back there and walk all the way in here.
This one was pretty interesting right here. This one, there was actually a car that was in this driveway, and reports from some of the neighbors is that the home actually lifted up and hit the car and then fell back over. And the car was very badly damaged as well. And when we initially came through here, we were wondering what happened to the car because, of course, the trailer's back here. And one of the neighbors said that it had actually picked up, fell on the car, and then fell back over.
Yeah, we was watching too with that.
What did y'all hear?
Well, this windows, I had two windows over here, and those got busted, and I had a drywall there. This man, it's just big as boom, and some of the drywall hit my face and to her face too. I just run right on top of her and driving right to move to a safe place. Yeah, that was. And then when we come out, so like.
How long did it last? How long was it?
That thing maybe 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah. I think 5 minutes and make all this mess. And you see, every one of these trailer, they
fell off the base, but you stayed. You got good straps?
Yeah. But then also, I think this right here helps to keep the wind away.
From getting underneath?
Get underneath. Because I got maybe like 2 busters in one of the corner here. I find it all the way over there.
Oh, you brought it back and put it on?
Yeah, put it back in. Yeah. And I think that's one that really helped me.
It is from the date of the event that occurred, and we do the first 48 are windshield assessments. So we go out and don't get out of the car. We just try to figure out what's been affected. So how many homes have been affected, and then we also look at how many have damage, minor damage, major damage, and then destroyed. And then what we're doing now is we're going looking at the ones that have minor damage, and we do have a group that's going out looking at the ones who have major damage and been destroyed. And from that, we're trying to gather information. Do they have insurance? Are they owner-occupied? Do they rent? Do they have renter's insurance? That type of situation. We're trying to gain a contact number so that we can contact them if there's any other questions. And then we're letting them know that damaged homes will receive a waiver from the city for any building permits that are needed.
What are you doing with all the information once it's been collected?
It'll go into the database, and it'll be ones that both the city monitors, and then it also gets tracked for FEMA-related funds, so that when the city goes to try to get some assistance from FEMA for cleanup efforts, it'll go into getting some money from that, and possibly in some situations help for low-income people as well. They are very rough estimates, especially the first 48 hours, that initial, because a tree will fall on a house and it looks like it's major damage, and it's really minor because it's just top of the tree, very minor damage. Or it could be the opposite of that. Looks like it's minor damage, and then you peel it back and there's major damage there. So it's really hard to estimate it. It can sometimes go up or down in either direction, just depending on, you know, when we actually get out there to do the real assessment.
It's a sort of a touchy thing too. You're having to, in order to do your job, you're having to approach folks at a pretty tough time in their lives.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's one of those things. You've got to walk you got to take a soft approach. You got to walk a fine line. You know, you're dealing with people who have, you know, lost their entire life savings in a blink of an eye in just a couple of minutes. And so you really want to make sure that, you know, you take a soft approach and just let them know that we're here to help, give them as many resources as we offer, contact information, things of that nature. Tornado hit Appomattox a couple of years ago, and we all got to go out there to help them out. And so seeing what happened there, I think, made us a little bit more prepared for this tornado that hit Lynchburg. We had done an emergency exercise a year ago, and so we knew exactly what didn't work from that exercise, what did work, and then from Appomattox as well, we learned what worked, didn't work. And you'd be surprised at the number of people that thank you for coming out. And it's like, it baffles you, because you look at somebody and they just lost everything. And, you know, like the lady down the street here lost the trailer, and when we came out here to do the initial assessment, you know, she just kept thanking us for coming out. And it's just like, you lost everything. You know, we're not doing anything. You know, it's tough. It's definitely tough.
A lot of times they just want to see someone cares.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think that's what's really important, because the city does care. You know, these are our neighbors essentially, and even though, you know, we may not live in this neighborhood, you know, these people are part of our community. You know, we visit a park and they're there. You know, they're friends. They go to similar churches, similar schools, similar baseball fields. So, you know, it's part of a larger community, and you really get that sense whenever you're involved in a situation like this. You really see the people come out. You know, I know a couple of football teams have been out helping people take trees down. There's been several high school students that have come out and done things on their own churches. A lot of groups have been out to just really help people and give them whatever they need: clothes, food, water, shelter, you know, to really open their doors.
I'm with David. I'm with Terrell Mosley Heating and Air. Yeah, we're trying to give back a little bit to the community here today.
What are y'all doing?
We're going to feed everybody in this trailer park that's without food or electricity. We're going to try to feed them all, the workers, everybody. This has been a devastation to the city, and we just want to pitch in and just give a little bit of our heart back. It's just a sad situation here. So the people in Brentwood today is going to get a hot meal. Up the street here today, we're going to have a hot meal for everybody. Hot meal, drinks. We're going to feed y'all today. So come on up. They're getting set up now. They'll be ready to eat. Okay. Yeah. Top of the street, we're going to set some tables up. We got a whole lot of people that donated a whole lot of food today.
All right.
So we're going to feed everybody in here.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Is this something y'all wanted to do to help some folks who've had a hard time?
We did. We just all kind of chipped in and wanted to bring them a warm meal, because we don't know, you know, thankfully we have a house to go home to, and unfortunately they don't. So just compelled to come in and help.
I don't know if you want to just open them up a little bit.
That's fine. Yeah, I can do that. And I've got to get spoons.
Here's cheese.
The dressing.
And here is Supreme.
All right. And cookies? Ah, what kind? This one? Oh, this one?
Yes.
Yes, M&M.
Thank you.
Here, another one?
What was it like when it came through Sunday night?
Horrible. You couldn't see out. Couldn't see anything. And then it was dark, you know, when we finally did get to come out, you couldn't really see nothing until the next day. It was really bad.
And then when you did walk out your front door the next day,
I just stood there and cried. I did. I stood there and cried, and everybody come out, and we started cleaning up, and then all of a sudden, there was over 250-some people in here.
all helping.
Yes.
Yeah, do you want to go back?
Were it not for the folks helping out with like the food and stuff yesterday and today, and where would you be without them?
I don't know. I really don't.
Get in, I'll start handing some out. I probably brought something there.
Anybody that burns.
So why'd you have the flag out?
This is my version of a response to you can't keep us down from the Twin Towers of 9/11.
So what was it like having the folks come out and help you this morning?
Oh, it was just very rewarding, and it's when I saw this last Sunday night as it was almost dark, I just cried. There was so much devastation in the yard, but we were lucky that the house wasn't damaged. But it's just more work than I ever could have done by myself. And so this was a terrific response from the city.
What made you want to volunteer?
Well, I just knew folks needed it. This tornado came through and it really devastated this area. I didn't expect this. It was so isolated in places, and we don't see tornadoes very often. So shocking how much was here. I mean, this is just a tiny portion of it.
Yeah.
So wanted to help out, and it was actually really special for me to find out that this is where I used to play as a child. So very cool. Very pleased to be a part of it.
And obviously you weren't the only one. You had a lot of folks from the city.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Had folks from the city come out in droves. We had about 10 different teams in different places. And some of the places were, really, we kind of expected we'd be picking up twigs and small limbs and that stuff. And I got here, and one of my partners was at another site 3 or 4 doors down, and we found massive trees turned over, and we still came up with some resources to take care of it and help these people out. It's been really, really cool.
What does this mean as far as the message on your T-shirt there?
I love it here. I really do. I've left. I've tried to leave a few times, as most of the kids do, but you always come back. And I love it here, and I love the people. I love the trees. Not when I'm having to move them all because they're broken, but it's awesome here. Lynchburg's great. Love the city where I work, and love that this crew came together. It's a great, hard-working bunch of people that came together. None of us needed to do this. It was just really cool that it came out.